So today, guys, we finally have a plan. This is such good news. This is going to change everything, and it's coming from the same senator that is trying to oust out and push out Rhino Senate Majority Leader John Thune, guys. What amazing news today. Senator Mike Lee just came out and said they have a game plan. They're very optimistic. This is going to work, dealing with cloture and making sure that they delay till they get what we need, guys. What a huge win. We're going to show you the receipt in a moment, show you the video from Senator Mike Lee that this is what we need, strategy. He says we can make this work. You don't hear that from Senator John Thune, and that's why we got to get his butt out of there. We finally have someone who's using strategy to get the voter ID passed in the Senate to make sure we have free and fair elections, baby. And not only that, Senator Lisa Murkowski, who is a Republican, has now officially said she is against the Save America Act. Exposing the rhinos, everybody. How could you be against voter identification and citizenship to make sure we only have our citizens voting in our elections? So again, hear me. Senator Lisa Murkowski is against the Save America Act. A new Rasmussen report shows that 62% of voters believe that the 2020 election was likely stolen, and that includes 45% of Democrats. We have the receipts, guys. This new report, I'm telling you, we're changing minds, guys. Everybody is starting to see the truth. All the evidence is showing people that, guess what? Biden should never have been president. You can't make this stuff up, guys. 62% of voters believe the 2020 election was likely stolen. And not only that, we've got a huge list to show you today that the same GOP senators who voted to keep giving welfare to non-citizens in the Senate are the same ones who are now opposing the passage of the Save America Act via the standing filibuster. We've got the receipts for you today, guys. This is exposing them because, again, our elections matter. People have to know the truth. This is so crazy. This just came out. About 98,000 people in Arizona were reportedly allowed to vote for nearly 2 decades without showing proof of citizenship. This error happened in every single county over 2 decades. And while Arizona is getting kicked for allowing non-citizens to vote, you have, I'm telling you, Florida. This is the leading state, guys, of MAGA. Listen to this. Florida Senate has just passed their own version of the Save America Act. They are passed it with a 27-12 win. They will have birthright citizenship to make sure that you are a natural citizen of the United States, that you have photo ID, that you are actually allowed to vote with either a birth certificate or passport. This is what we voted for, guys. Again, people are turning. People are starting to see that we are going to win this. And I love it, guys, because again, too, all across the board, just on Congress today, over 60% of all illegals in America are on welfare. Center for Immigration Studies director said, my organization has found that over 60% of illegal alien-headed households are using at least one form of welfare program, and usually more than one, at a cost of tens of billions of dollars to taxpayers. People are sick and tired that they can't get the help that they need. They can't get support, but yet we've got hundreds of billions of dollars that is just being doled out from these blue states to buy votes. And not only that, guys, I'm telling you, the good news is here today. A judge has just upheld Republicans' new congressional map in Missouri, adding another Republican seat in the U.S. House for the 2026 midterms, baby. This is what I'm talking about. Win after win after win today, guys. Senator Mike Lee's leading the charge. We've got tons of receipts to show you today. But what I love is that people are starting to see, guys. You have like our channel and other channels that are perpetuating the truth and showing people the receipts are starting to get it. Again, the new Rasmussen report shows 62% of voters believe that 2020 election was likely stolen. If that isn't showing you the truth, guys, I'm telling you, big stuff today. Big stuff today. Want to say thank you to everybody who's watching. If you're not subscribed, please consider joining our family, hitting that subscribe button, joining so we can take care of you every day with the breaking news. And want to say thank you to everybody that is helping us to grow our giving, guys. Yesterday was such a blessing day. Show Alan Demeen some love in the chat. Show Ruby Who some love in the chat. But give it up. I want you to show some love to Chris Prez, who gifted 110 memberships yesterday. Show our boy CP some love in the chat. And if you don't mind helping us out, guys, hit that thumbs up like button. What a blessing. We are seeing so much winning. We've got the receipts for you today, but I wanted to show you this, guys, because I'm telling you, when we bring stuff to you, it's to help you win in every sector that we can help you win. Yesterday, someone posted and said, from Sandy Augustin, who said, saved $2,200 a year today on chapter. Thanks, Joel. Guys, this right here, look at that. Saved $2,200 a year today on chapter. This is why, again, we show you, and we partnered with this company, Chapter. It's a free service to you. They can change your coverage right now. The number is 667-895-3015. There's over 24,000 plans, everybody. But what I love is they have the software to help you out, change your coverage, save you that money, like our girl over here, Sandy Augustin. And I love it because, guys, this is us winning. This is this family, this channel winning on keeping more of your hard-earned money in your pocket. So again, don't forget to call Chapter up. The number's at the bottom of the screen, 667-895-3015. I promise you, you'll be blessed. So much to go over today. Don't forget to show our boy Mr. Tracy J. Norby some love in the chat, as well as Aaron B424. Thank you so much, brother, for your support. Big stuff going on today. Again, we have a game plan. We finally have a game plan, but everybody's calling it out now, guys. Again, Josh Hawley, John Kennedy, Senator Mike Lee. We've got the receipts for you today. Check this out.
On the Save America Act, what's your message to Americans who are incredibly frustrated with the pace at which this is moving? I mean, it's virtually not getting done.
Yeah.
And now Thune is talking about not even implementing the talking filibuster the way it was intended to work.
Yeah.
Is there any way we can change this trajectory?
I think it's not moving. I mean, that's the problem. It's completely stuck. And for those who say, oh, this is wild, this is extreme, no, it's not. This is what we do in my home state of Missouri. We have voter ID. We have had for years. We have citizenship requirements. We have had for years. So this is not nuts. This is what most states do. It's just a few states who don't want to do it because they want illegals voting. I think the Senate should pass it. And I think, as I said a second ago, if Democrats want to stall this and don't want to vote on it, they should have to go hold the floor like it used to be in the old days. They can go and talk as much as they want, but sooner or later, they're going to run out of time, and then we would vote. And that's what I think we need to do.
But it seems like Thune specifically is, reluctant to move forward with implementing the talking filibuster.
Yeah, I'll let him speak to that. I mean, I would just say that my view is that this is extremely important, and it's just a myth that to make people actually go and defend their position on the floor is somehow a great break with Senate tradition. That's not true. This is how the filibuster's always been implemented. You want to stall something, you can go to the floor. Ted Cruz once read children's books on the floor, for heaven's sake. So that's how, you can ask him about it. So that is how it's traditionally done. And now Democrats say, well, we don't want to do that. And if you make us do that, you're breaking the Senate. No, we're not. This is how the Senate's supposed to operate. But we should do something. And my concern right now is on a lot of things. We're just not doing anything, and we need to.
That's why, guys, again, I'm bringing you the receipts today. That's why what you just heard, Senator Hawley saying, look, Thune is doing nothing. But we have good news to show you today because, again, Senator Mike Lee, super optimistic. We have a game plan, baby. This is how we get things done.
Okay, update for the evening. Look, I'm guardedly very optimistic. We've got a real shot at this. Our next strategy has got to just involve delaying as long as possible the moment where we cast a cloture vote. The longer we can leave the debate hanging without cloture, the more we have the chance to force Democrats to articulate their basis for opposing this. We can debate, vote on, perhaps pass amendments along the way. But we want to avoid any short hop to a cloture vote. We run immediately to that, knowing that we've got a 10-vote cloture deficit. we're going to lose and lose quickly. We can't have that happen. We want to keep this hanging for as long as possible without a cloture vote. We shouldn't file for cloture until we think we can get to 60. And otherwise, we keep it going.
Yes.
Keep it hanging out there. Make them stay for a long period of time. Through weekends, perhaps threatening recesses. That will tend to move things along. Let's get this done. We're not going to slow down. Let's accelerate into the turn. Let's get this thing passed.
Boom, baby. Guys, that is the speaking from somebody who says, you know what? We have an opportunity to get this done. We can make this happen. We can make it done. I want to show you again. This is the receipts, everybody. And again, if you appreciate this, if you don't mind hitting the thumbs up like button, check this out. This is again CNN polling showing that Americans support requiring photo ID to vote. 85% of white people, 82% of Latino people, 76% of black people, 71% of Democrats, and again, 95% of Republicans. Posted by Redline News. It doesn't matter what race you are. It's all a lie coming from the elitist Democrats in Congress that tried to say this is going to disenfranchise people. Complete lie. And again, I want to show you this, guys, because it matters. The receipts matters of you getting to see that right here in the new polling from Rasmussen Reports, guys, that whenever they had the election, they reposted this again, that 62% of voters said that they likely, that the 2020 presidential election was likely cheated in to give Biden the win. This is from Rasmussen Reports, everybody, from the big one. So when we show you this receipts, guys, again, people are fed up with it. 62% of voters believe that the 2020 election was likely stolen, including 45% of Democrats. That's why what we're about to show you next is such a win, guys. We can do this. Thank you so much to the Memphis conservative, Jim Barbato. Show them some love in the chat, everybody, as well as our boy Richard with the 20 gifted memberships, guys. Blessing the family, growing the family. If you got a free membership from Jim Barbato, show him some love in the chat. What a win, guys. Such a blessing to grow this family. Check your tag if you got a free membership from our boy PDX67. Thank you so much, Richard, for your support. We are getting into it today, baby. I love it. Check this out.
To pass the Save America Act, sir.
Well, aside of often receiving comparisons to a much taller version of Brad Pitt, Moneyball did influence the way my mind works with analytics, and we're kind of partying like it's 2021 again. So the American War on Election Corruption commands the election narrative from the right, rather than letting the left take the entire battlefield like they've had for 5 years of reaffirming fake audits and saying that everyone that's denying elections is out here committing some sort of sedition. Look, the elections in this country, you've had them on before, Mark Mitchell. 66% of Americans at a high point lacked the confidence that the 2020 election was decided in favor of Joe Biden without help from significant cheating. Now, that is at risk of plummeting a bit because some people are passive that President Trump is back in the office and therefore elections must be okay. But the Senate dragging its feet on bringing the SAVE Act to the floor is a serious sign that people don't really want to open this can of worms. So this book is really, I think, going to be the treatise for election corruption in the Trump era. And it's something that really needs to penetrate the mainstream, which is why I had Speaker Newt Gingrich write the foreword, so we can get beyond just the grassroots talking about what we've discussed for the last 5 years and really impact that discussion to pressure the Senate into moving on the SAVE Act, for starters.
What are we going to find? Tell me about the book. I don't want to give too much away because I want people to buy the book, but give me the hook of why I got to buy this book now, given everything else that's going in the world, to make sure that we're most informed as we put our shoulder to the wheel, the grassroots movement in this country, to tell Thune, you're going to have to break tradition and go to a standing filibuster because of this. We need to save the country and save America now. What is in the book that is going to augment our knowledge to do that, sir?
So this isn't so much about rehashing of history. Now, Chapter 7 is named after what you called 3 November. And I think a lot of us were traumatized in November 2020 watching this show, going over what's going on in the 2020 election. But throughout the book, I thread through the various stories like John Solomon just said. They're about to hit Philadelphia, probably Wayne County in Michigan, and Maricopa County, of course, is front and center on the news right now. But the 3 cardinal sins of election administration: automatic voter registration, universal or extensive mail-in voting, and ballot harvesting are the common denominator through the states with the most problematic elections, including ones that we've written off for a long time is never going to be anything other than blue states. So understanding that the registration corruption is the foundation of the issues with our elections.
Whenever all the illegals were coming over the border during the Biden invasion, they literally were registering them for every single thing that you could name. Every welfare benefit, housing, healthcare, cash benefits, cell phone, internet. They had NGOs at the literal border making sure that every single person that came in, telling them, hey, we're going to get you taken care of. Biden let you in. Here's all the benefits. And that's what he's talking about. But I did want to show you guys this breaking news that just came out. So unfortunately today, there was a person that drove their car into a temple of Israel, and they've just released this information. It was a former Army National Guard member who was formally arrested, convicted in 2016 for attempting to provide material support to ISIS. He was born, they said that this person who tried to take the lives of others, he's now dead, was Muslim, not from this country, from Africa, supported ISIS. This is the Old Dominion University person who's been ID'd as Mohammed Jallah. And this is where they say, guys, this is the sleeper cells that have been activated. That what's happening in the United States, let me know your thoughts in the comments, because I want to bring you breaking news. You know, we always have a show built for you, but whenever it comes to breaking news, we're not going to wait. We're going to make sure that you always get the breaking news of what the heck's going on. He literally had a prior conviction for ISIS conspiracy in 2016. Why was he still here? If we have somebody and convict them for literally committing treason because he was a former Army National Guardsman, by providing material support to ISIS, and they're still here, this is on the judges. This is on the people who allowed him to be free, who literally went in to try to take as many lives as he could and rammed his vehicle, causing that to catch on fire and whatnot. But I wanted to show you this because, again, this is the type of stuff that bothers me. People don't think twice about this stuff happening. But there is people in America that hate us, hate Americans, hate our culture, hate our president, and are going to try and cause massive harm. So when we're showing you this, guys, this is why it's so important that we get our leaders in place so that we can then have the people. And again, I say this without any remorse whatsoever. If you are here in the United States and you're not a citizen, you better love America. You better love what we stand for, and you better want to become acclimated to and assimilate to American ways. You try to bring in things that are from another country, that are terroristic like, or that, I mean, just the stuff that we've seen over the past 5 years, to me, that's not okay. And now we have this essentially sleeper cell that's been activated. And again, his name is Mohammed Jallah, who was formally convicted for attempting to provide material to support ISIS and was a Army National Guardsman. And he's already been convicted, was released from federal prison in 2024 under Joe Biden. And boom, look what's happened. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. If you appreciate this, if you don't mind hitting the thumbs up like button, That's why we've got to get this breaking news out there, and we got to get the truth out there and show the receipts. Guys, show Thomas Brewer some love in the chat, everybody. Don't forget to show Jim Barbato some love. Yvonne Lopez, our boy PDX67 with the 20 gifted memberships. Show them some love in the chat, everybody. What a blessing. Give some love. Thank you so much, Thomas, for your support. We have real people in Congress that are calling it out, and they are telling us things that we've needed to hear for a long, long time. Check this out.
A lot who work, obviously, they're gutless. They don't want to kick the hornet's nest. I think they need to kick it right now, because it's pretty obvious to me. And they'll throw up these statistics. The left will, and frankly, some people on the right will say, well, it's such a small percentage, Burchett. But let me tell you, when you can dislodge one postmaster in Illinois and it can throw a presidential race, that little percentage matters. And every one of those votes that an illegal steals from us, it steals your vote. It steals an individual's vote. And to me, it's paramount to what we have in this country. We better start embracing the things that we've gotten that are given to us, or we're going to lose it. And it's very evident to me that there's a lot of people that would like for us to lose it, that hate our country.
It's a head scratcher. I was in a hardware store the other day, and I heard two people talking about this, very animated. But they said, saying that it's only a few thousand illegal aliens that vote is like saying there's only a few thousand murders and we should let them go. And then I thought, well, that is a good way of pointing. Then I point out, well, actually, some liberal cities are doing that now, so maybe that is the plan. Most Americans support this.
I was eating lunch with my wife and a couple of my campaign guys today. Down at the mess hall. It's a veterans-oriented kind of thing. I'm not a veteran, of course, but Daddy fought. And so I'm sitting there, and a guy beside me at the table was wearing a tie-dyed T-shirt. And he turns around and says, Congressman, we need to pass that Save America Act. And I thought, if the dude in the tie-dyed shirt gets it, America, I think everybody gets it. I think Thune is underestimating who is supporting this thing. Sorry, I went off on that.
Yeah. No, that's a great story. Because, every day Americans are like, I don't understand the big deal about this. And then they'll hear a Democrat say, oh, you're trying to stop women from voting, or married women from voting, or you're trying to stop black people. And I'm thinking, if I'm a woman or a black person, I'm pretty darn insulted that the Democrats think I'm too stupid to have an ID and whip it out, because I do it all day long on the airline and at the drugstore and every place I got to go. What is the magic turning point? Do you see a moment in the near future where Americans could put enough pressure on the Senate to make this painful enough that they get it done?
I think it's going to happen here in the next few days. I really do. Yeah. I think they're there, and I think Thune realizes that, and for whatever reason, he needs to back off and embrace what America wants. We've proven that there's fraud. We've proven they're stealing votes, and there's no other reason not to. There's no other reason not to. And again, you're exactly right. It is insulting to our minority community or a lady think that they can't get a photo ID. Heck, in Tennessee, I think it's free. Just go down where you get your driver's license. They'll give you one if you're disabled and can't drive, but you need some identification. Get it. It's the same ID you show when you have to buy certain types of cough syrup over the counter. It's the same ID when you go buy a scratch off down here at Weigel's on Tazewell Pike or a 6-pack of beer. And then the birth certificate. I had to show a birth certificate. This was really racially insensitive of them, but I had to show a birth certificate when I played Little League baseball. It's just ridiculous. The whole thing is ridiculous. Schumer is a dinosaur, and I think he's cut his hand dealing this race card.
Yeah, no, it isn't.
I got some more breaking news that just came out, everybody. This is so bad. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you, everybody, sleeper cells being activated. To me, this confirms it. Crews reportedly found a large amount of explosives in the suspect's vehicle that slammed into the Michigan synagogue. Police have said that they're working to clear the vehicle and the suspect was taken out. Again, large amount of explosives. This is not normal, guys. This is sleeper cells being activated here in the United States. I wanted to show you something that President Trump said about the sleeper cells, because again, They know that they're out there, and they know that they want to try to take out Americans. And again, thank God nothing happened with this. But I'm going to pull this over, guys. It's so heartbreaking. So heartbreaking. So we've shown you the picture of the guy who has been taken out by the police. This guy, Old Dominion University guy that tried to take out people, Mohammed Jala, former Army National Guardsman, convicted in 2016 for attempting to provide material support to ISIS, naturalized citizen from Sierra Leone, released from federal prison in 2024. We just showed you that the crews reportedly found large amount of explosives in the suspect's vehicle that slammed into the Michigan synagogue. Guys, that's a sleeper cell right there. So this is what Trump had to say about the sleeper cells.
They try to hit us back. Have you been briefed about how many Iran sleeper cells there could be inside the U.S. right now?
I have been, and a lot of people came in through Biden with this stupid open border. But we know where most of them are. We've got our eye on all of them, I think.
Is it dozens?
They came in through the open border policies of Sleepy Joe Biden, one of the worst president in the history of our country. And we've got our eyes on all of them. But the war itself is being prosecuted at a level that nobody's seen before. It's pretty amazing to watch.
So again, they know they're out there, everybody. I wanted to show you a post by the FBI and this to me, guys, this is scary. Again, this is the car crashed into the Jewish synagogue in Michigan. The active person who tried to take out people's lives deliberately drove into the Temple Israel in West Bloomingfield. There were shots that were fired. After the crash, the vehicle caught on fire. Police responded to what authorities described as an active situation. The guy had explosives in his car. We now know that. That's what they're reportedly saying. But I want you to see this right here, everybody, because again, this is the part that when I see this, I sit back and I think like, all right, we're there right now. Like this isn't a could happen. This is happening here in the United States. The FBI has warned numerous police departments in California that Iran may seek to retaliate for recent U.S. attacks by potentially launching offensive drones targeting the West Coast. Now, this is the thing. We've already seen Caroline Leavitt say certain things of, no, this wasn't being said. This is what the FBI said. To me, there's a part of this where you got to keep calm and you got to keep people from panicking. But this is happening out there. Again, the FBI said this. Why is it so important now, everybody, to catch the people that are here in our country illegally, to make sure we have free and fair elections, to make sure that they are not doing what? Just taking our money, hand over fist, and then we are sitting back and thinking, okay, nothing's happening. I wanted to show you another thing that's happened. Americans are shocked and appalled after a Virginia Democrat policy let an illegal alien rapist Abdul Jala kill a 41-year-old mother at a Virginia bus stop. 30 prior arrest, everybody. 30 prior arrest. I want to show you this too because, again, this is all coordinated. All right? Check this out. I love showing you these facts and I love tying things together because this is the things that that you won't see on mainstream media. This person, look at this. This person, Abdul Jala, that killed the 41-year-old mother after he was an illegal alien and had 30 prior arrests. What was his name? Abdul Jala. What was this person's name? Mohammed Jala, who tried to take out all those people by crashing the vehicle and had explosives at the synagogue. Is it by chance? No. They were Muslim. They were supported ISIS. and literally went to jail over it. And then again, this guy was naturalized, but the other person was an illegal with 30 prior arrests. Tell me where it makes sense. Tell me where this makes sense. And if you appreciate this, guys, if you don't mind hitting the thumbs up like button, thank you so much for your support. I want to show you something else because, again, there's a lot of news going around over this, and it's honestly making me sick. Right now, there is outrage over Pete Hegseth spending $22 million on crab and lobsters for our troops. $22 million in September of last year, all right? For lobster and crab for our troops. Where's all the people who are all the outrage for the $9 billion in fraud in Minnesota for illegals? It's not even, it's the left-wing propaganda is so one-sided. This is the actual facts. I'm okay with our troops getting crab and lobster. And you know why? If you work a regular job, you're an accountant, say you work, in a factory, say you work at Amazon, what's the worst that can happen? You get fired. Probably the worst that can happen at your job, most likely. But if you're a troop fighting for our country, the worst thing that can happen, you lose your life. I'm okay with them having crabs and lobster. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys, because again, this stuff, and I'm about to show you because we got some more news on it. People are fed up, and I want to bring you the truth of all this stuff because we are not letting it go away over what's happened in Minnesota or what's happening in California over the fraud, waste, and abuse. Show Mr. Tracy J. Norby some love in the chat. Said too many illegals entered America, all thanks to former administration, which allowed Sleepy Joe and Harris to do America the dirty deeds. Now let's handle the fraud and illegals to be deported from being here, committing crimes. Amen, brother. Show Jim Barbato, Thomas Brewer, Mr. Norby, our boy Richard with the 20 gifted membership. Some love in the chat, guys. Check this out.
Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, who oversaw a $9 billion Medicaid fraud scandal, he's now bragging that he was the guy locking people up.
I think Minnesotans have to recognize is you're hearing about fraud in Minnesota because we are prosecuting people. You're going to hear about it in other states. You're going to continue to see it. But the fix is you don't want to hear about fraud not because somebody's not prosecuting somebody. You don't want to hear about fraud because you know the safeguards and the systems are in place.
And over in Gavin Newsom's backyard, the mainstream media is catching up to Fox reporting on alleged billions in rampant hospice fraud in California. A CBS report claiming over 700 of the roughly 1,800 hospices in LA County trigger multiple red flags for fraud as defined by the state.
Over 700 of the roughly 1,800 hospices in LA flagged for fraud. Guys, tell me, people need to see this. This is being reported by CBS. And guys, put it in the chat. I want to get this going because this, to me, this is not said enough. Hashtag, and I'm starting it off. I've already put it in there. I'm going to put it again. Hashtag America first. We need to put our citizens first. And we can't be sorry about it. And we can't be backwards about it. It needs to happen. Hashtag America first, guys. Let's put it in the chat. Let's put it out there for the YouTube and algorithms to see. Because again, it's our country.
And Governor Newsom's office telling CBS that he has it all under control, saying in a statement, under Governor Newsom's administration, California has cracked down on hospice fraud, launched partnerships across state agencies, and the California Department of Justice has arrested criminals to hold them accountable. Let's talk about your favorite politician, Jesse Tim Walz. He's got to be one of the luckiest guys alive. All of the news of the recent weeks has taken the spotlight off of him. However, he did withdraw from running for re-election because of the fraud in his state.
Well, he said the safeguards are in place in the system. What is he talking about? This fraud was happening for like 10 years. And people were blowing the whistle. Hey, Walz, they're stealing the cash. Look at them. The Somalis are shipping it out of the airport in suitcases. And he did nothing about it until the prosecutors came in and did something about it. The guy is a joke. Now, Newsom, they have been ripping off LA County with hospice fraud even before he was governor. Kamala was AG in California. She didn't even prosecute it. They fleeced this county for hundreds of millions of dollars. Finally, someone catches up to it. And Gavin's like, yeah, we're all over it, and blames Trump. I mean, that's not going to fly. That is not going to fly. If you're the governor of a state and you find that much fraud, you can't say I'm on it when you're not.
It seems to be everywhere, Greg. Here's more reporting. Wall Street Journal said that there's an Indiana doctor. He charged $29 million to treat 84 kids for autism. So it's like this boom in autism is Medicaid's fastest growing jackpot. I did a little math.
Yeah.
It's $345,000 per kid.
Wow.
$345,000 a kid to treat them on autism. Tell me this is not fraud, everybody. People don't see this. People don't know. People are forgetting. Why do you think we're so adamant about making sure we capture the fraud, waste, and abuse? Because if we don't, this is going to continue to happen, guys. And I'm sick and tired of seeing our seniors. I'm sick and tired of seeing people that truly need help, that are American citizens, not get the help they need because you've got somebody who's frauding the taxpayers, spending $345,000 a kid on autism. And it's like, wait, what? $345,000 a kid.
In your face, Mara Gay.
Hope I got the number right.
Yes, yeah. I gotta talk about Waltz first, because he said we're only hearing about it because of the prosecution. No, you tried to silence the whistleblowers.
Yeah.
You smeared people who want to investigate because you call any look into the Somali fraud, you were considered racist. There are two reasons why we're hearing about this. Because Kamala picked him as VP because she felt he was less gay than Mayor Pete, when in fact he makes Mayor Pete look like Chuck Norris. And also, we really know about this stuff because some 23-year-old Mormon named Nick decided to do what journalists used to do and hit the pavement. He actually went to the story, which myself included, nobody does. It's like we sit, we surf, find out. Oh, now Nick Shirley's doing the work for me. Hey, click, click, click. And he did the work. He did the work for everybody. I mean, I think that's why you're hearing about the hospice stories in California. It's a fitting story for California because California is in hospice. Just make the state comfortable. Give him some like chopped ice. All right. Again, I want to go back to the border on this.
Okay.
How did we find out about the border? We didn't find out from Biden or Mayorkas, did we? They covered it up. They said we were racist for bringing it up. They went after our border patrol. There was only one reason we found out about it. It was Bill Malugin, one guy showing us, going there like a reporter, showing with drones, photos, and pictures the story that CNN and MSNBC, the Washington Post, and New York Times had mocked, had scoffed, until now they're going like, oh, you guys, the border's terrible, but the way you're handling it is awful. Do you see my point here? It's all the same cycle. You're welcome.
It just keeps happening, and there's just, DOGE tried to do some of it, wasn't perfect, but Congress keeps filling back up the coffers, and unless they have more fraud alerts, it's going to keep happening.
Yeah, DOGE way.
I want to show you this, everybody, that across the board, every single thing that you're being told, all the stuff, especially when it comes to where the money is going, people are behind this like never before, of exposing where the money is going. And there's no refuting it. We're looking at the actual data provided by the federal government.
Sanctuary states typically have other policies that attract illegal settlement and thus burden taxpayers with support of illegal immigrants. Besides funding emergency health care and schooling for all, a number of sanctuary states go farther and choose to provide Medicaid, subsidized health insurance, nutrition assistance, housing, and much more. Illegal immigrants use these welfare programs in large numbers. My organization has found that over 60% of illegal alien-headed households are using at least one form of welfare program, and usually more than one, at a cost of tens of billions of dollars to taxpayers. This is why any resources spent on immigration enforcement actually save taxpayer money in the long run.
I'm telling you, everybody, Everybody is going after in all these places, all across. This is from the Center. This lady is from the Center for Immigration Studies. The Center for Immigration Studies, all finding out, guess what? The Democrats imported voters. I got some more breaking news to show you today, guys. It's official. The FBI is classifying what happened as an act of terrorism. What happened today at the synagogue? It's official. The Old Dominion person who tried to take the lives of others by ramming his car into the vehicle, trying to take their lives, is being investigated as a terrorism by the FBI. If you appreciate this, guys, if you don't mind hitting the thumbs up like button, thank you so much for your support. Kash Patel has confirmed that the students stepped in to apprehend the suspect, who is now deceased. This is, again, we are facing terror threats. The Department of Homeland Security has been defunded by the Democrats, and they refuse to give it the money that they need. We got people working without paychecks, and we've got these terror acts that are happening in the dang United States of America. Tell me something more unpatriotic than the dang Democrats right now who have shut down DHS. It's official. What happened at the Old Dominion University is being investigated as terrorism by the FBI. Students stepped in to subdue. One person lost their life and 2 others are wounded. And the guy, the terrorist, the alleged terrorist, is now deceased after the kids subdued him. So again, I want to show you what the actual aftermath, what it looked like from the beginning. This is the actual school, university, of what happened. He deliberately drove his car into this Jewish synagogue in Michigan. Okay? Then, this is the actual reporting of his name and his photo. Sorry, guys, I'm pulling this over. I got lots of tabs. Come on. Where you at, buddy? Where are you at? All right, let me pull this. Let me show you this real quick. Okay, so right here, the crews reportedly found large amount of explosives in the suspect's vehicle that slammed into the Michigan University synagogue. That's why it's being classified as an act of terrorism. Not only did he go there to take the lives of others, but he went in there to try to literally blow up the entire university. And thank God again, just like what happened in New York, nothing happened. Thank God that you had brave people that came out and nothing happened, that subdued him. Because again, the worst part about it is, this is the guy, Mohammed Jallah. He literally supported ICE. He was a former Army National Guardsman who attempted to provide material to support ISIS, was sent to jail and convicted in 2016, released by Biden in 2024, and then look, went and tried, and this is killing me, guys, because again, I showed you the FBI has said there are sleeper cells out there. They know they are. Right here. The FBI has warned numerous police departments in California that Iran may seek to retaliate for recent U.S. attacks by potentially launching offensive drones targeting the West Coast. Right now, we've got another. So right now in Iran, they have taken over the internet so that, again, they're only allowing, I'm telling you guys, this is some crazy stuff that's coming out. They only want people to see what they want them to see. Iran's new supreme leader just spoke out. It's worse than we expected. He said all U.S. bases should immediately be closed in the region. Those bases will be attacked. We will obtain compensation from the enemy. If they refuse, we will take their assets and extent to we deem appropriate. If that's not possible, we will destroy an equivalent amount of their property. We have foiled attempts to divide the country. The Strait of Hormuz must remain closed. Countries in the region must clarify their position regarding those who have aggressed against Iran. Discussions are ongoing regarding the opening of the other fronts in areas where the enemy has little experience and is highly vulnerable. So all this stuff that's breaking news because, again, too, guys, they said that they were going to do it. Here, I want to bring this over. Wow, guys, this is so nuts. Again, that's what we're here for, guys. We bring you the breaking news as stuff happens. Check this out.
Shutdown is dragged into its 27th day with Congress still deadlocked. No end in sight. Not a good day for that. Hundreds of TSA workers have quit or are working without pay as spring break travel surges and airport security strains under lengthy lines and staffing shortages. Senate Democrats don't seem to care. They continue to block DHS funding over policy demands, even as terrorism concerns are rising amid the war with Iran, and national security officials warn that lapses undermine American safety. We're seeing terror attacks across the nation, from the shooting earlier today at Old Dominion University. Left 2 ROTC members critically injured and the gunman dead. And just a short time ago, right here in Michigan, not far from where I am today, federal and state authorities responded to an apparent terror attack in a Michigan synagogue. Happened in West Bloomfield at Temple, Israel, just about 1 o'clock this afternoon. The suspect apparently rammed the building with a pickup truck. The Daily Mail reporting that truck is packed with explosives. It caught fire. Shots were fired from security guards on around 1 o'clock, like I said. All reporting is now that the suspect is dead. Oakland County Sheriff's Office, the West Bloomfield Police, Michigan State Police, the FBI, and ATF all on the scene, as you can see from the pictures here. Terror attacks. No funding for DHS.
What does this tell? I mean, guys, this is so crazy. And I want to show you again what's happened since the Iran attacks. These are the 4 terrorist attacks that have happened. The Temple, Israel attack, the ODU that happened today, the New York City attempted bombing, and the Austin bar. These are the guys, again, supporting ISIS, supporting Iran, and they all wanted one thing: to take out as many Americans as possible with their acts. And thank God we had brave people that stood up to fight, especially today, where you literally had students that jumped in to fight all this. And all I can think about, guys, is, again, what is going on? What are they thinking? Check this out. Because, again, what is the left-wing media saying about all this?
Someone grabbed the Narcan. Democrats say Trump's hooked on war like heroin.
It seems to me that the Venezuela military operation was the gateway drug for Donald Trump ordering this operation in Iran. I think that gave him the false expectations that this would somehow be simple. This is a terrible mistake, and the sooner we end this, the better.
Democrats want an end to war we're winning? Why? Before the first bomb dropped, the verdict was already in. Trump's guilty.
Donald Trump is like the guy who runs into a crowded theater and yells fire. He created this huge panic in the region, a huge conflict, but instead of putting the fire out, he's now closing the doors to the theater. And he's allowing the thing to burn. Because even if he exits right now and he ends it quickly, the chaos is still going to be enormous. And even if it continues, it's going to burn to the ground.
Democrats bribed the Iranians. They took the money, made missiles, and enriched uranium. Trump's now taking it out, so future generations don't have to. And he's willing to pay a political price to do it. Sure, it would have been politically safer to do nothing and let the problem fester, but he took a risk. And as an American, Republican, or Democrat, or whatever, you should pray that it pays off. Because if this operation's successful, everyone, including our children, will be safer and wealthier. We're not saying it's going to be easy. It's not. The Iranians aren't going to go down without a fight. The FBI's warning that the regime's been plotting a drone attack on California. We've already stopped Iranian assassination plots before, and hopefully we stop this. But the left says we won't.
Just came from a 2-hour closed-door classified briefing on the war. It just confirmed to me it's totally incoherent. We are not going to be able to achieve any of our stated objectives. This is a disaster of epic proportions.
We can bet pretty safely that Iran has a higher pain threshold than Donald Trump.
Losing your leader, Air Force, Navy, and ballistic missiles is a disaster for Iran, not for Donald Trump. In no way is a...
Guys, I wanted to show you this in a moment because, again, we just got some more breaking news, and I'm telling you, if we do not do something, we are going to lose the House in the midterms. This is big. What I'm going to show you in a moment. I'm going to let this finish, but again, I want to say, if you appreciate this, if you don't mind hitting the thumbs up like button, guys, this is big, what you're about to see next. Because, again, what do I always say? Follow the money. Jim Barbato, thank you so much, brother, for the super chat. Let's go. Show our brother Jim some love in the chat, everybody.
Weeks-long aerial campaign against Iran, more painful for us than them, okay? Our main objective has almost already been achieved. They're almost completely disarmed. Deep down, Democrats know this. They know we're winning. They're just mad Trump's behind it. And they want him to stop so they can call it a loss and go back to talking about their favorite topic. So Trump 86, the Ayatollah, to distract from Epstein the weekend after the Clintons testified. You mean the Epstein story that about a half dozen Democrats have been forced to resign over? Are we talking about the same thing? And get this from The View. Trump went to war so we'd stop talking about Nancy Guthrie.
You know, I was thinking about it yesterday because I thought, well, okay, why haven't we been talking about Savannah Guthrie and what's going on there?
And her mother.
Why have we not been talking about the Epstein files? Because that's still there.
Yeah.
This is meant to get us so worked up that we are unable to see anything else.
You have to be so delusional to think that Trump literally put people and went to war over Guthrie. Like, guys, and you hear them, they were clapping, happy, excited. These people are crazy, and these are the people that a lot of these liberals and progressives listen to. Makes no sense whatsoever. Mr. Tracy J. Norby, let's go, brother. Let's go. Show Mr. Norby some love in the chat. #1 fan, true OG of the fam. I love it. Show our boy Mr. Norby some love in the chat. Guys, this is nuts.
And suddenly Democrats care about gas prices.
People aren't happy, and why would they be? I mean, the price increases have gotten insane, and you mentioned the monthly difference. So much of that price spike has happened just in the last week and a half since the war started.
Trump's had oil at $60 a barrel, both terms. It briefly spiked into the 80s because we killed the Ayatollah, and it should go back down. Oil was in the 80s all 4 years under Biden. For what? Nothing. Nothing. What did we get out of it besides inflation? They actually bragged about high energy prices so we could transition to green. Did we? No. Gas prices are still lower today when we're at war with Iran than they were under Biden. Hopefully, it's a small, quick price to pay to take out the nation's #1 sponsor of terror. Many Americans get it.
The end result is what we're doing, and I think it's a good thing.
Iran with a Western-friendly government would be a complete game changer for the Middle East, which understandably would affect oil prices positively.
The president's at war in the Middle East, and he's still more popular than Barack Obama and George Bush at this point in their second terms.
Guys, just soak that in right there. This is from MS Now. Used to be MSNBC, and now we're showing you through real clear politics, people support Trump. When Trump does something, it's very different than when Obama did it, than when Bush did it. Why? Because Trump's a businessman. It makes all the difference in the world. And again, we have the momentum of the economy going. We've got Senator Mike Lee, who literally is leading the charge on a strategy to make sure that we can do what? actually get the Save America Act passed. Guys, we have some amazing people doing some awesome things right now, and I love it. The numbers don't lie. Look at this from Real Clear Politics. This is beautiful. Mr. Norby, thank you so much again, brother, for the super chat. What a blessing. OG of the fam. Show Mr. Norby some love in the chat, as well as our boy Michael Hendricks. Thank you so much, brother Michael. Said thank you for all you do 100%. God bless Michael, Mr. Norby. Show him some love in the chat, as well as Jim Barbado and our boy Richard for the 20 gifted True Life News memberships. Guys, I love it because, again, too, what you just saw right here of these people who are in favor and support of what Trump is doing is on MSNBC, baby.
And he's still more popular than Barack Obama and George Bush at this point in their second terms. But this doesn't mean the war is without risk. You can't keep prices high too long, especially going into Memorial Day. When the operation winds down, energy does go lower, and the president can ride that drop through the summer and be set up better for the midterms this fall. Many people are saying Trump could declare victory tomorrow, and the mission could still be a success.
You can criticize this 100 ways to Sunday. The metric of success, which is the metric he intended, was to do as much as possible to degrade Iran's capabilities. Again, naval, missile, nuclear, command and control, terror. If the metric of success was to degrade them as much as possible with as little cost and blood and treasure as possible, if he stopped today, he would have succeeded more than every president combined.
Benny Johnson's the host.
What a win, guys. I want to show you this because, again, this is why we follow the money. Right now in the betting markets, look at this, what's happened. Right now, betting markets are saying that the Democrats have an 85% chance to win the House in the 2026 midterms and the Republicans to lose, only having a 15% chance to win. This is why, again, it's so important to get the Save America Act passed. And I wanted to show you the list, everybody, because, again, showing you the list, holding these people accountable, to me, is what matters most when it comes to the people who we elected to represent us right here. This was released by Lauren Boebert, representative in the House. MJ, for him, thank you so much, brother, for the super chat. Let's go, said I stand with President Trump. We must pray for him and country. Amen. Show MJ for him some love in the chat. I love it. Voted to keep sending welfare to the refugees. Look at this. Highlighted in yellow. And these are Republicans, everybody. And on the right, against passing the Save America Act via the standing filibuster. A lot of the same names. Look at that. From Boozman, Capito, Collins, Fisher, John Thune, literally the Senate Majority Leader, Murkowski, Morin, Tillis, Young, a lot of these. So this right here is the chart, everybody, that when it comes to exposing these rhinos, showing you who's truly for the country, for America first, this matters. And I wanted to show you this because, again, like when we bring this stuff over, I'm telling you, I love this stuff. I love that there's so much support and momentum behind showing you the receipts from everywhere that we have got to save our country. Getting voter election integrity in place is number one priority. Check this out.
Helix sleep. Okay, back to the show. Sometimes we get lucky enough that the lying Democrats and their liberal media allies, almost sometimes just out of pure stupidity, accidentally say the quiet part out loud. And when they do it, you know we're going to take it, cut it, and broadcast it to the entire world to see. Here's Chuck Schumer yesterday admitting that, you know, the voter rolls and the Save America Act that would just implement basic voter integrity measures like ID around the globe. Here is Chuck Schumer basically admitting that if ICE were to take a look at these voter rolls, they may have to pull a lot of people off. No, he didn't say that out loud. No, he did. This is not AI. Check this out.
Well, isn't voter ID number one? It is about voter registration. It allows ICE to kick tens of billions of people off the rolls, and they don't tell them until Election Day, and you show up and you say, you're not registered anymore. You're not registered here. You're not on the rolls.
I adore these people when they come out and tell you the quiet part out loud. Why would ICE have to kick people off the rolls if the SAVE Act were implemented? Why would they have to do it now? Maybe because they're in the country illegally? And if you're in the country illegally and not a citizen, you cannot vote in federal elections? I don't know. I'm just asking. Don't you love it when these say the quiet part out loud? Again, no sane person or no true Scotsman. But let's just say this. The overwhelming majority of rational, sane people in the United States see right through this. Yes, you should have to prove who you are, and you're
The majority of people in the most common sense states are moving forward with this. Listen to this, everybody. The Florida Senate has just passed their own version of the Save America Act. Fortifies citizenship requirement and verification. Ensures valid photo ID to vote. Marks paper ballots as the primary method of voting. Bans student IDs as valid form of voter ID. It heads to the House before Governor Ron DeSantis. We need this nationwide. And I'm telling you, when this passes, you're going to see Florida. You thought Florida was red before? Whenever in this last election in 2024? Just wait till you see what happens in 2026 and in 2028. We know that out there, they're 100% cheating. We're catching them. The DOJ just released that there's tens of thousands of non-citizens on voter rolls. Hundreds of thousands of dead people still active on the voter rolls, and some of them still voting. And guys, if you appreciate these receipts, guys, if you don't mind hitting the thumbs up like button, this is the stuff. What makes common sense? If every state has this, our country looks vastly different than it does now. 100%.
In the country to vote and pick leaders that can spend our money, send our troops to war, and basically regulate our entire economy at this point. That's not where the Democrats are. I don't like to get into parochial politics too much because that's actually a global show. We have people overseas, we have a big audience in Australia and elsewhere. People listen to the show from all over. However, this one's important because it's indicative of how there are no more moderate Democrats. Don't believe this moderate Democrat, it's all nonsense. There's no more. The blue dog Democrat constituency, the Bill Clinton Democrat, that crap is over. Abigail Spanberger got elected to the governorship of Virginia, running as like this moderate, I'm not one of the crazies. I don't believe in all that crazy fringe current thing stuff we've been addressing throughout the show. Really? Because the state of Virginia right now is probably more liberal than the state of Maryland, which is dominated by a near supermajority of lunatic Democrats. This one up yesterday, I thought this was a joke too. The Virginia Democrats are now voting, not only they want cheating in elections, they want to make us checking the cheating by like a hand count. They don't even want that. Throw up that tweet if you could. Do you have it? We'll get to it someday. Virginia Senate GOP. Virginia Democrats just passed a bill banning the hand counting of ballots. Prohibit such ballots from being counted by hand. You really think that this lunacy resonates with like those two Kentucky folks who were interviewed on MSNOW about Iran? Folks, the party is nuts. Please stop with the anyone. There were some good Democrats. There were no good Democrats left.
I want to show you more receipts, guys. So right now, every single state in the United States is trying to redistrict. Virginia as well. So remember how there's literally I think there's 3 seats of Republicans in Virginia. And the rest are Democrats. I think it's 8 Democrat, 3 Republican seats right now. So Virginia is trying to pass a measure, a constitutional amendment to redo the maps so that it'll be only one seat in Virginia for Republicans and the rest Democrats. This is the actual receipt of what it says, and I'm telling you, they write it in a way. This is what gets me so irritated, because this is not common sense. Vote yes or no. The question is, should the Constitution of Virginia be amended to allow the General Assembly to temporarily adopt new congressional districts to restore fairness in the upcoming elections, while ensuring Virginia's standard redistricting process resumes for all future redistricting after 2030 census? Keywords: restore fairness. It is a 8-3 Democrats to Republicans. Fairness would mean, if there's 11, probably 6-5, right? Or 5-6. Very even. Fairness, right? No, their fairness definition means remove all but one seat of the Republican in Congress in the state of Virginia. And look how they write it. Guys, this is them hijacking states. This is these political leaders hijacking and confusing people, because if people don't know the truth, they have no idea what they're voting for. Because right there, that sounds good. Let's get fairness involved. Let's make sure we're represented equally by Republicans and Democrats. No, they are hijacking these dang midterms, and this is how they're doing it. That's why I appreciate, guys, when you share our videos on X and Facebook. This matters. People have no idea what the heck is happening, but I'm showing you it right here. So again, if you're watching, if you're not part of the family yet, hit that subscribe button, guys. Join our family. Today's been a crazy bit of news. We had that person who literally drove his truck into a synagogue trying to take the lives of people. Thankfully, was stopped. Unfortunately, one person lost their life, 2 wounded. And the crazy part is this, guys, that again, the crews reportedly found large amounts of explosives. The FBI is investigating it as an act of terrorism. Guys, if you appreciate what we're doing, if you don't mind hitting the thumbs up like button, thank you to everybody that is supporting our family. Thank you so much, James Huber, for the super chat. MJ for him. Thank you for joining the family. Let's go. And want to say, everybody, again, too, that when it comes to the breaking news and what's going on, it matters. It matters. It matters to see the receipts. And that's what we try to show you. It doesn't matter where it comes from. We just want you to see the truth of what's going on. We're here to serve you every day with the breaking news. We're also here to share with you wins that come from our own family. That's why we partnered with Chapter. Check this out. Sandy Augustin posted just literally 14 hours ago, saved $2,200 a year today on Chapter. What a day. Plus, guys, that's some real money. That's a lot of money. $2,200 a year. That's why we partnered with Chapter, because they not only provide you a free service, you can call them up right now. They check there's over 24,000 plans out there. They check them all for you. They do this for free. They can change your coverage right now to the best coverage possible for free. The number is 667-895-3015. The number's at the bottom of the screen as well as in the description. I show you the receipts, guys. This is what I love, is that real people being blessed. I want you to be blessed, especially our seniors, those that are on a fixed income. Don't try to do it alone. Get some help. And to me, this is us continuing to win together. Again, the number is 667-895-3015. I promise you'll be blessed. And I want to show you, again, as we move into all the stuff that's going on, guys, these people literally committed acts of terrorism in our country. Literally, they're supporting ISIS, Iran, and all what's happening. Sleeper cells being activated. So that's why we got to have the right people in charge, have the right people voting, the right people who are going to put America first. And I want to give some special love to those that have given today, because remember, on the 22nd of every single month, we donate to a local charity, local orphanage, live on stream, guys. And it's such a blessing to have your support. give some special love to Ruby Who for the gifted membership. Thank you so much, Ruby, for your support. Show some love to PDX67 Richard with the 20 gifted memberships. What a blessing. Show Richard some love in the chat, everybody. Thank you so much to Mr. Tracy J. Norby with the super chats. We appreciate you, brother. OG of the fam. Love it. Appreciate you so much, brother. Aaron B424, thank you so much, brother, for your support. Limping Guinea, welcome to the family. Show Limping Guinea some love in the chat. Funny name. Jim Barbado, OG of the fam. Show Jim some love in the chat. Thank you so much, brother, for your support. The Memphis Conservative, thank you so much for your blessings. Yvonne Lopez, thank you so much, Yvonne. Our boy Thomas Brewer with the super chat. Thank you so much, Thomas, for your blessings. We appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much to Martin Gonzalez, Google user, been a member for 3 months. Let's go. Thank you so much to Michael Hendricks. We appreciate you, brother, for your blessings. Thank you so much for your support, brother. MJ for him. James Huber, thank you so much for your blessings. Guys, show them some love in the chat. Thank you so much for supporting us, sharing our videos on X, on Facebook. We're here to serve you. We love you. We appreciate you. And we'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.